Let's get real. Navigating through life in a world where disrespect can come from all corners is one of the toughest challenges you'll face. It could be that coworker who constantly undermines you, the so-called friend who can't stop throwing subtle jabs, or even a family member who dismisses your thoughts and feelings as if they hold no value. Disrespect isn't just an insult. It's an attack on your dignity, a silent force that can slowly chip away at your confidence and self-worth if left unchecked. I've been in those moments where I found myself questioning not only the respect I received, but my own sense of value. It's easy to let someone else's lack of regard define how you see yourself, but here's a truth rooted in ancient philosophy. No one can diminish your worth unless you allow it. Respect starts from within, and the moment you realize that you hold the power to set your own standards, everything changes. This isn't about passive acceptance or turning the other cheek without reason. It's about taking back control. Drawing from the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy and personal experience, I want to offer you a set of strategies that go beyond surface-level advice. These methods are designed to help you stand your ground with dignity, maintain your inner peace, and build unshakable self-respect. If you've ever struggled to deal with people who refuse to respect you, know that you're not alone. By the end of this guide, you'll have not only practical tools but also the clarity and confidence to navigate disrespect with strength and composure. It's time to rise above the noise, to embody the principles of the Stoics, and to reclaim the respect that begins with how you see yourself. Are you ready? Let's dive in. 1. Set firm boundaries. In the face of persistent disrespect, the first and most essential step is to set firm, unwavering boundaries. Without clear limits, you leave yourself vulnerable to being treated however others see fit. Many people mistakenly believe that respect is something that can be passively earned by being agreeable or tolerant. The Stoics, however, teach us a different lesson. Respect isn't granted by others. It's something you first grant yourself by defining how you will and won't be treated. Setting boundaries doesn't mean acting out of anger or seeking to dominate others. It's a conscious act of self-respect, a deliberate stance that reflects the value you place on your own dignity. Think of it as drawing a line not to isolate yourself, but to protect your inner peace. When someone crosses that line, it's your responsibility to assertively yet calmly make it known. For example, if someone consistently speaks over you, a firm statement such as, "I'd appreciate it if you let me finish before responding," can immediately reset the dynamic. You don't need to be harsh or combative. Stoicism emphasizes rationality and self-control, but you do need to be clear and consistent. It may feel uncomfortable at first. You might worry about being perceived as rude or difficult. But here's the truth. People will treat you according to the standards you set. If you let disrespect slide, it becomes the norm. On the other hand, when you establish and enforce boundaries, you teach others how to treat you, and in doing so, you reinforce your own self-worth. Over time, you'll notice a shift, not only in how others interact with you, but also in how you perceive yourself. Respect flows from clarity and strength, and boundaries are the foundation of both. In this process, remember that boundaries are not rigid walls meant to alienate, but guiding principles designed to protect your mental and emotional well-being. Standing your ground is not a sign of hostility, it's a declaration of self-respect. And respect, like wisdom, is something the Stoics believed begins from within. When you respect yourself enough to set boundaries, you begin to command the same respect from others. 2. Avoid power struggles. One of the most common traps people fall into when dealing with disrespect is engaging in unnecessary power struggles. It's natural to want to defend yourself, to prove your worth, or to force the other person to acknowledge your value. But here's the Stoic truth. Power struggles are rarely about respect. They're about control. When someone disrespects you, they are often seeking to provoke an emotional reaction, to assert dominance, or to draw you into a conflict where they dictate the terms. By reacting impulsively, You hand them exactly what they want. Control over your mind and emotions. The Stoics teach us that true strength lies in mastering what we can control, our thoughts, our emotions, and our responses, not in trying to control others. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This wisdom is critical when facing disrespect. Instead of engaging in an argument or trying to win a verbal battle, take a step back and center yourself. Ask, is this worth my energy? Will engaging in this conflict truly change anything? More often than not, the answer is no. Staying calm and composed doesn't mean you're ignoring the disrespect or allowing it to continue. It means you're choosing to act, not react. A composed response signals that you refuse to be drawn into petty disputes or emotional games. It's about preserving your dignity while denying the other person the satisfaction of controlling your emotional state. Respond with clarity and logic, but don't let their behavior dictate your mood. If necessary, disengage entirely. Walking away from a power struggle isn't a sign of weakness. It's a declaration of self-mastery. By refusing to play their game, you shift the power dynamic. The provocateur is left without fuel for their fire, while you remain in control of your mind and emotions. Over time, you'll find that avoiding power struggles not only preserves your peace, but also reinforces your inner strength. In a world where many seek validation through conflict, choosing calm detachment is a rare and powerful form of self-respect, one that speaks louder than any argument ever could. 3. Minimize your exposure to toxic individuals. In life, there are some people you simply cannot avoid. Colleagues you have to collaborate with, family members you must interact with, or acquaintances you encounter in social settings. Yet, while complete avoidance isn't always possible, minimizing your exposure to those who consistently disrespect you is both a practical and necessary step. The Stoics believed in protecting one's inner tranquility by exercising control over external influences. Epictetus once said, "Keep your will in line with nature, and nothing external can trouble you." One way to safeguard your peace is by consciously limiting how much access disrespectful people have to your life. Disrespectful individuals thrive on draining your energy, drawing you into their negativity, and leaving you emotionally exhausted. The more time you spend around them, the more you risk being pulled into their toxic patterns. But here's the key: you don't have to tolerate this. You have the power to decide how much of your energy they consume. If someone at work constantly disrespects you, limit your interactions to what is strictly necessary. Keep conversations brief, professional, and focused on the task at hand. If it's a friend or family member who consistently belittles you, reduce unnecessary contact and avoid situations where they can negatively affect your mood. This isn't about making dramatic exits or burning bridges. The goal isn't to create conflict. It's to protect your mental and emotional space. You don't need to announce your decision or explain yourself. Quiet detachment is often more effective than overt confrontation. Slowly and subtly withdrawing your attention from toxic individuals sends a clear message. You value your well-being, and you won't allow others to erode it. By limiting your exposure to disrespectful people, you preserve your energy for things and people that truly matter. You create space in your life for positivity, growth, and deeper connections with those who respect and uplift you. Over time, this conscious distancing reinforces a critical Stoic principle. Your peace is sacred, and only those who honor it deserve a place in your life. 4. Respond with composed silence. When faced with disrespect, the instinctive reaction for many is to defend themselves or retaliate with equally harsh words. But Stoic wisdom teaches a more powerful approach: composed silence. Silence isn't a sign of weakness or surrender. It's a deliberate, controlled response that conveys strength and self-discipline. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca reminds us, It is a great thing to know how to keep silent when it is not your duty to speak. Choosing silence in the face of disrespect denies the offender the reaction they seek and leaves them powerless in their attempt to provoke you. Disrespectful individuals often crave attention. They thrive on stirring conflict and drawing others into unnecessary arguments. By responding with calm silence, you break the cycle. Instead of escalating the situation, you create a moment of reflection, both for yourself and for the other person. It forces them to confront the weight of their words without the distraction of your emotional response. In that silence, you maintain control, sending a subtle yet clear message. Your words do not define me, and I refuse to lower myself to your level. This doesn't mean you ignore every instance of disrespect. Silence is a strategic tool, not a universal solution. Use it when you sense that engaging would serve no purpose other than to fuel negativity. When a response is necessary, ensure that it is measured, calm, and rational, free from emotional outbursts. In the moments where silence speaks louder than words, it allows you to rise above petty confrontations while preserving your inner peace. Over time, this practice of composed silence builds resilience. You become less reactive, less affected by others' attempts to diminish you. Instead of being drawn into every battle, you learn to pick only the ones that truly matter. In a world filled with noise and conflict, mastering the art of silence is a rare strength, one that commands respect without demanding it. Silence, when wielded with purpose, becomes a shield that protects both your dignity and your peace of mind. 5. Set boundaries repeatedly, if necessary. Some people will test your boundaries again and again, either out of habit or because they refuse to accept that you've changed how you expect to be treated. The reality is, setting boundaries isn't a one-time event. It's a process that requires consistency and reinforcement. The Stoics believed in the value of persistence in the face of adversity, and this applies to maintaining your boundaries as well. Epictetus taught that external events are beyond our control, but how we respond to them is entirely up to us. Reinforcing your limits is one such response, a choice you make to uphold your dignity. It's easy to feel disheartened when people don't immediately respect the boundaries you've set. You might question whether you're being too rigid or fear that others will see you as difficult. But here's the truth. Boundaries aren't about pleasing others. They're about protecting your well-being. The discomfort that comes with repeatedly asserting yourself is temporary, while the respect you gain, both from others and yourself, is lasting. Reinforcing boundaries doesn't mean escalating conflict or becoming hostile. Instead, it means calmly, yet firmly, reminding others where your limits are. If someone continues to interrupt or belittle you, for instance, don't hesitate to restate your boundary. I've asked you not to interrupt me. Please allow me to finish. Consistency is key. Over time, even the most persistent boundary pushers will either respect your limits or distance themselves because they can no longer exploit your silence. By standing your ground repeatedly, you demonstrate that your self-respect is non-negotiable. It's a form of quiet strength that doesn't rely on aggression but on unwavering clarity. And, just as the Stoics believe that virtue is cultivated through repeated action, your ability to set and maintain boundaries becomes stronger each time you practice it. Ultimately, the respect you command isn't given. It's earned through your consistent commitment to valuing yourself. 6. Don't take disrespect personally. When someone disrespects you, it's easy to internalize their behavior, interpreting it as a direct attack on your character or self-worth. However, as the Stoics teach, external actions and opinions are often reflections of the other person's internal struggles, not of your value. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. In other words, the way others treat you says more about them than it does about you. Learning not to take disrespect personally is a crucial step in maintaining your emotional equilibrium and inner peace. Disrespect often stems from the other person's insecurities, frustrations, or unresolved issues. It's a projection of their inner turmoil, not a reflection of who you are. Once you understand this, you can detach from their negativity and view the situation through a lens of reason rather than emotion. You stop asking, "What did I do wrong?" and start recognizing that their behavior is about their inability to deal with their own problems in a healthy way. Detachment doesn't mean becoming indifferent or ignoring disrespect. It means choosing not to let it define how you see yourself. The moment you stop taking it personally, you regain control over your emotions. Instead of reacting with anger, frustration, or hurt, you can respond with calm clarity or, when necessary, choose not to respond at all. This shift in perspective frees you from the constant burden of trying to seek validation from others, allowing you to focus on what truly matters, your own growth and sense of self-respect. In practice, detaching from disrespect requires mindfulness and self-awareness. Each time you feel the sting of someone's words or actions, pause and remind yourself, "This isn't about me, it's about them." Over time, this mental habit strengthens, making it easier to rise above negativity without being weighed down by it. By not taking disrespect personally, you build a shield of emotional resilience, one that ensures your peace of mind remains intact regardless of how others choose to behave. Ultimately, the Stoic path is about mastering yourself, not others, and this mastery begins with how you choose to perceive the world around you. 7. Walk away when necessary. Sometimes, the greatest act of strength is knowing when to walk away. Disrespect, when endured for too long, has a way of seeping into your mind, eroding your confidence, and diminishing your sense of self-worth. The Stoics believe that we have a duty to protect our inner peace above all else. Walking away from a toxic environment or relationship isn't a sign of weakness. It's a declaration of self-respect and a commitment to safeguarding your mental and emotional well-being. There's a common misconception that staying and enduring disrespect is a sign of toughness. But what's the point of standing in a fire that only burns you without offering warmth? True strength, according to Stoic philosophy, lies not in enduring unnecessary pain, but in exercising wisdom to know when to remove yourself from a harmful situation. You don't owe anyone your continued presence if they consistently fail to treat you with the respect you deserve. Walking away isn't giving up. It's choosing yourself over conflict, drama, and negativity. Walking away doesn't always have to be a dramatic exit. It can be as simple as excusing yourself from a toxic conversation, reducing contact with a disrespectful person, or even making a difficult decision to leave a job or end a relationship. It requires courage to leave behind what's familiar, but the reward is the restoration of your peace and self-esteem. Epictetus advised, "You may fetter my leg, but not even Zeus has the power to break my freedom of choice." Walking away is an exercise of that freedom, the freedom to choose environments and relationships that nurture, rather than drain, you. Over time, you'll realize that walking away doesn't mean losing. It means winning back your life. It's a quiet yet powerful statement that your well-being isn't up for negotiation. The world may not always respect your boundaries, but when you walk away from those who refuse to honor them, you send a clear message. You value yourself too much to stay where respect isn't reciprocated. Walking away isn't a defeat. It's an act of triumph, a stoic decision to preserve your dignity and inner calm in a world that often tries to take both away. 8. Surround yourself with supportive people. Dealing with disrespect can be draining, especially when you feel like you're constantly on guard, defending your worth. In such moments, having a circle of supportive people becomes more than just a comfort. It becomes a necessity. The Stoics valued the company of those who uplifted and encouraged the pursuit of virtue. Surrounding yourself with individuals who respect and inspire you reinforces your sense of self-worth and helps you maintain emotional resilience. As Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. A strong support system does exactly that. It strengthens you in ways that allow you to face life's challenges with greater clarity and resolve. Supportive people aren't just those who offer kind words. They are those who genuinely care about your well-being and are willing to stand by you during difficult times. These are the friends who remind you of your value when the world tries to diminish it, the mentors who encourage your growth, and the loved ones who provide a safe space where you can be your authentic self. Their presence doesn't just counterbalance the negativity you may encounter. It actively builds your confidence and helps you navigate disrespect with grace and composure. In contrast, keeping company with toxic individuals only amplifies the damage caused by those who disrespect you. That's why choosing the right people to surround yourself with is crucial. This may mean distancing yourself from those who consistently drain your energy or undermine your sense of worth. While this process can be difficult, it's ultimately necessary for your personal growth and peace of mind. Building a network of people who uplift you ensures that, even when the world tries to bring you down, you have a foundation of support that reminds you of your inherent worth. By surrounding yourself with supportive individuals, you cultivate an environment that promotes both your mental well-being and your personal development. Their positive influence encourages you to stay grounded, even in the face of disrespect. More importantly, it reinforces a vital Stoic principle. Your value is not determined by how others treat you, but by how you perceive and carry yourself. With the right people by your side, you become better equipped to handle life's inevitable challenges and emerge from them stronger, wiser, and more self-assured. In a world that often seeks to undermine your confidence, the people you choose to keep close can serve as a constant reminder that you deserve respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Conclusion. In a world where disrespect is often unavoidable, how you choose to respond defines not only your self-respect but also your overall sense of peace and well-being. The Stoics remind us that while we cannot control how others treat us, we can always control how we react. By setting firm boundaries, avoiding unnecessary power struggles, limiting your exposure to toxic individuals, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, you reclaim the power to protect your inner peace and maintain your dignity. Walking away when necessary, responding with composed silence, and refusing to take disrespect personally are not signs of weakness. They are powerful acts of self-mastery. Remember, respect begins with you. When you value yourself enough to demand respect through your actions, not just your words, you set a standard for how others will treat you. Disrespect may continue to surface in your life, but with these strategies rooted in Stoic wisdom, you will be better prepared to handle it with grace, strength, and clarity. Each time you stand firm against disrespect, you reaffirm your commitment to personal growth and self-respect, which are the cornerstones of a life well lived. If you found these insights valuable and want to continue your journey toward becoming a stronger, more grounded individual, consider subscribing to this channel. Here, we explore timeless Stoic principles and ancient wisdom that can help you navigate life's challenges and achieve personal growth. Together, we can build a community rooted in respect, resilience, and strength. A place where we support and uplift each other on the path to becoming our best selves. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay true to yourself, and remember, the way others treat you does not define your worth. Respect begins from within. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Until next time, stay wise, stay grounded, and keep striving for personal mastery.